Welcome to part 2 in my ultimate Fiverr tutorial guide. This is how to get clicks. So you're on Fiverr, your gig is popping up in search, you're ranking well, people are seeing you, then how do you convince them to actually click on your gig and go to the next step in the process instead of potentially just ignoring you and choosing a competitor? If you'd like to go ahead and watch the entire 38-minute video, you can find the link to that in the description down below. I wanted to break this into those 4 different parts in case it was a little more manageable for you to tackle each topic individually. Again, this is how to get clicks on Fiverr and get more engagement to ultimately get more orders. Hey, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the very first time. All around, welcome. I'm Carrieblogger, a career freelancer on Fiverr.com, where I've been selling as a Fiverr Pro verified copywriter for about the past 8 years. And in today's Freelance Friday video, I am so excited to be sharing with you a super in-depth ultimate guide on how to get impressions, clicks, inquiry messages, and ultimately orders. But before we can get into that, we have to announce this week's Blogger of the Week. If you would like to be the Blogger of the Week, just like Nathan Collins, all you have to do is drop a comment down below and you might get picked. Let's get down to business. Like I said, this is the ultimate guide. I'm not holding anything back, and I truly believe that if you put this into action, you will be successful just like me. Big number 2, we are looking at how to get clicks. Moving right along. I said that this was going to be massively in depth, and I was not kidding. Ultimate tutorial, how to get clicks. Okay. So recently Fiverr took off the social clicks data. I was going to go into a big spiel about this, but now that it's no longer visible, I guess it doesn't matter. But in short, I will say it is always valuable to leverage your audience off platform to drive traffic onto the platform. When you are able to control the audience, your visibility, your narrative off platform, and you're not just competing in search, obviously you'll have a better chance of converting those impressions into clicks. So like I briefly mentioned earlier, early June has been blissfully slow for me. I'm playing lots of Animal Crossing, I'm taking naps, I'm going for walks. I'm basically just enjoying my life with just a little bit less work. It's awesome, honestly. I needed a break and the universe delivered. So keep that in mind. My stats right now are a little lower than what I would consider normal, but this is what my backend looks like for the gig that I've been using and will continue to use as an example for this tutorial. So let's walk through all of the things that you can control and what the buyer sees when you show up in search. You have that first impression and you need to convince them to click. Here are the things that you have control over. Number 1, adding a video is so simple and so important, and it adds that little extra icon on your gig card, which can draw attention your way. Number 2, does your main gig image attract their attention? Does it stand out on the page? Does it reflect your professional personality? And is it easy to read and uncluttered? Those are the questions you need to be asking yourself. Here are a few real examples, sorry to the people that I'm calling out here, of what not to do. Typos. Huge mistake, sloppy, don't do it, proofread. If you have the wrong image size, potentially it's a low quality graphic or design. If you're using stock photos, big no anyway, but definitely don't add logos or badges that can get your gig flagged. A generic photo with no text at all doesn't say anything, it doesn't stand out. You can also have too much text that is just hard to read. What you do want to do is you want to try to find the sweet spot. I'm not guaranteeing that my gig images are literal perfection, but yeah, they do work well for me. Okay, moving on, number 3, you can see that your carousel of gig images is available even before someone clicks to actually access your gig. This is another way that they can kind of engage with you without actually committing to clicking off, and it is yet another differentiator to set you apart visually from all of the other competitors that are crowding up the screen. Number 4, your profile image is super tiny here, but this still plays a role. Showing your face is a real, transparent, easy way to make a connection. And I don't recommend using the same photo over and over. That creates like a copy-paste kind of scammy red flag, especially if buyers are concerned about a seller potentially using a stock photo or a stolen photo and just not being transparently who they say they are. And yes, buyers actually really worry about this, and I've been told many times that this is a real concern that they have. Check out the video linked in the description down below for more advice about red flags that you should avoid in your branding. Number 5, your gig title is a huge important element. Can you add a word to better define the service that you're selling to attract the true kind of audience that you want to work with and to stand out? So as an example here, in the search people that showed up around me, you can see that some people said persuasive, expert, professional. Jan over here literally copied exactly what I said word for word. Not super cool, but whatever. Ultimately, you want to choose a gig title that is clickable, interesting, and best sums up what you do for your clients in a unique way. Number 6, your price. You do have control over that and it is visible here, super important. So clearly in the screenshot here, I am the most expensive, hands down, no question. I am targeting a specific kind of high-level buyer. So that narrows the playing field and gives me fewer opportunities for clicks. That's fine. That's what I want, honestly. So I have several videos about pricing strategies across my channel. Check them out in the description down below. But my best, most concise advice is this: charge what you're worth and match that with your professional branding. So if I claim to be this mega expert seller with 8 years of advice, top rated, pro, working with thousands of clients around the world, and then I'm selling bulk $5 prices, that's gonna raise a red flag in people's mind. Isn't she worth more than that? Why is it charged so low? And the same is true the other way around. If you're charging really high rates, but the credibility that you're putting out there does not match, and the visual branding does not look like a professional, that's going to cause a red flag. Your strategy is not going to work. And also with that in mind, I also recommend not just charging the exact same price as the other people in your category. Obviously, you're probably gonna have the same price as somebody, but do your best to differentiate yourself there so that you're not going literally head to head in direct competition against someone else. We interrupt this programming for 3 teensy little requests really quick. Number 1, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you are enjoying this content. Number 2, no matter how old this video is when you're finding it, please do drop a comment down below. I really do love reading and replying to thoughtful comments, and I do my best to really engage with you there in a meaningful way. So even if this video has been around for a while, please do drop a comment down below. And number 3, consider sharing this with a friend. Chances are someone in your life is looking for real, honest, and specific advice about how to build their side hustle or how to build a sustainable business doing what they love. So if you're enjoying this, share this with a friend and they might enjoy it too. Number 7, obviously the number of reviews and your seller level, that's going to get better with time. You don't have explicit control over that, but you can see how many search perks I personally have as a Fiverr Pro seller. If you're a true professional with vetted skills that you can put in an application, 100% you should apply for Fiverr Pro. Check out the video linked in the description down below for more advice about the perks of being Fiverr Pro and the pros and cons. And number 8, last but not least, the last thing that you can control here to get from impressions to clicks. Do you see that little green dot there on my profile picture? Being online gives you a huge leg up in search and it makes you seem approachable and ready to go. Plus you get to use that little online sellers toggle at the top of the page. Huge. You do have to actively be online and clicking around, so don't just think that you can like leave your browser window open and just game the system. But being online is a great way to increase your odds of going from impressions to clicks. So if all of that is flawless and you're still not getting clicks, you're just getting impressions, but no one's clicking on your gig, what do? I'm honestly gonna go out on a limb here and say that there's probably still a bunch of things that you need to fix. And if not fix, then at least optimize. Ask yourself, are you really putting your absolute best foot forward to create the most confident, clickable, clear, and complete first impression? And do you even have a clear picture of the buyer that you want to work with? What is their budget? What kind of projects are they doing? Is there a niche? What is their dream process? What does their delivery period look like? If you don't know what they're expecting, it makes it much harder to answer that and appeal to them. So start there. And I know that that is vague advice, but honestly, there are so many things based on your individual situation that I can't just make a blanket statement, so I won't. This is where you have to use your own intuition and you have to put in the work. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, comment down below. Let me know what you think. I love to engage with my viewers in the comments. And then, of course, go ahead and click over to the part 3 next section of this tutorial guide, which is how to get DMs and inquiries. Remember, remember, please, people, you are worth more than your workload. You are so important. You are so valuable. You are deserving of respect. So make sure you ask for it and make sure you earn it. Okay, let's get back to work.